Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tom's podcast. I'm Alex, and I'm joined with John. And today we're back for our Royal Rumble predictions. We haven't done wrestling in, I think, WrestleMania was the last time we did a wrestling related video. So it's exciting. So we're going to
That
do our
sounds about right.
predictions. We're going to change the format, though. It's going to be quite a shorter video, but don't worry, we'll be back and rambling on Sunday, most likely. We're going to talk about the show and we can go in a bit more detail because the Rumble takes a lot of detail because it's so long. Only four matches to predict though, John. But have you got Rumble fever? Are you in the wrestling mood? Are you excited for the show? Do you think the card's good?
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to it. I am very much looking forward to it. I'm expecting big things.
Yeah, me too. I think the card looks good. I think could do with one more match, and just for full transparency, we're recording this on the 24th of January, so before SmackDown. I do have a feeling there might be another match added to the card. There normally is five, and currently we've only got four, so it wouldn't shock me if we do get one additional match. But by that point, getting predictions out would be incredibly difficult. So we're recording it
Yeah.
now. I'm going to predict it's some form of women's match though, because technically there's no other women's match on the card apart from the Rumble itself. So I don't know, but I suppose that no one's really feuding with anyone at the minute in the women's division. So they need to kind of sort that out a little bit because everyone's still got the Rumble, unless I'm missing something. But I can't think of an active women's feud. Let's start with the only kind of mid-card match on the card then. Kevin Owens is set to take on our United States champion Logan Paul in what is set to potentially be, and we say this every time really, but Logan Paul's best match. I mean, it's certainly an exciting pairing. John, which way do you see this one going?
I'm going with Logan on this one.
Me too.
I can't see him dropping the belt yet, to be honest. It kind of I think KO's a very good opponent for him, and it helps to establish him as a champion, etc. Um, I kind of feel that were KO to win the belt, it would be a bit of a step down, maybe, um,
I
for
can see
him.
that.
So I think, yeah, I'm going with Logan on this one.
Yeah, me too. For similar reasons to you, really. I also think that Logan hasn't reached his full potential as US champion yet. Obviously, we say we're not massive fans of the person himself, but as a wrestler, he's very good. And I think he could do great things to the reign. I also think he'll be taking it into Mania. I think you want Logan on Mania. I think Logan's putting a title on Mania as well is way more
Mm,
appealing to the casual
yeah,
viewer. So yeah, I'm gonna go Logan Paul on this one. So next up is the Fatal Four Way for the World Heavyweight Championship, which got Roman Reigns, LA Knight, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton. Sometimes we're going to go the same person here as well. I think the only difference between our picks might be the Rumble itself. But yeah, this came out from Nick Aldis being a complete boss, which is what I like in an authority figure, rather than Pierce, who's a little bit of a bitch. Uh, Aldis seems to be kind of the opposite of that and very forthright and puts things as he wants them. What do you think of this match in general, though? Are you rather excited for it?
yeah, I am. I think, aside from the fact that it's got a very clear, predictable outcome, I think that the match itself is going to be quite good. I think that we'll see. Obviously, as it's a four-way, we'll see a lot of probably near pinfalls and pinfalls being broken up on two and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I am looking forward to this one. It's been a little while for a couple of these guys, and so it'll be good to see them back in action.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the only thing this match got going against it is that the winner is obvious. I think that's the first kind of Roman match in a long time where you just kind of, sorry for spoiling everyone, but Roman Reigns is winning this and there's no fear to it. And in fact, if he was to lose at this point, I'd go, what the fuck was the point? Of him keeping
Yeah,
the belt post Mania. You could see the argument for them giving it to LA Knight in a one-on-one match. You could see the argument of giving it to Jey Uso, kind of, but losing it in a fatal four-way. People were talking about Roman losing it but not taking the pin. I mean, that would kind of just feel again like a wet blanket finish, and Cody should just won it at Mania because realistically, Roman's not done much with it this year. So yeah,
yeah,
Roman's winning it for me, mate. Probably LA
yeah.
Knight taking the pin, which is gutting. but I don't see it any other way.
Yeah, or AJ. I don't see Randy getting pinned, but I think LA Knight or AJ.
Right, let's get on to our two more interesting discussion ones. 'Cause I think the two kind of title matches are kind of lock-ins. There's no real discussion to be had there, at least on paper. Let's go to the women's match first, mainly because I think it's in my head between two people. I think the men's is maybe a few more in the mix. Who are you thinking? Who's the potential winners before you get to your final
I'm
choice?
intrigued. I want to go to you first because you say you think it's between two people, and I think it's a little bit more open than that.
In my head, it's between Becky Lynch and Bailey.
Okay.
Uh, I've got to go between my head and my heart here because my head's saying Becky, but I would like to see Bailey win it. I think the booking on Bailey this year, although it's been good in storyline, I suppose, I feel like she's been treated really poorly in terms of how strong she is. Like she went from this
Mm,
like mega heel with Sasha Banks a couple of years ago to creating damage control and doing nothing. Now to sort of being like the
yeah.
little wimp of damage control, and Bailey's better than that. And I know they're trying to build to something, but it just kind of feels like that build has slowed down because we're getting to Mania, and they kind of either want to do it in this match, where she'll get chucked out by members of damage control, or she'll, whatever, or take on Io Sky at Mania. But obviously Becky as well. Becky and Rhea, does that need the Rumble? Things on Raw this week would say no. You don't need the Rumble for that. Um, does Bailey with the win-loss record need the Rumble win? Probably. So I'm going to go Bailey. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go Bailey. Bailey for me is who I'm going to pick for this one. But who are you thinking?
I'm kind of in the same line of you. I, I've got four people in my head.
Ooh.
Becky and Bailey are two of them. Obviously, in the build-up, Nia Jax has taken a lot of the publicity. Um, it's not, as much as I hate to say it, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Nia could do it. But I think we will be getting Becky and Rhea at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think that Becky needs to win the Rumble to do that.
Agreed.
So I think you get Becky and Nia eliminating each other.
Oh, okay. Nice. I like that
Um,
spot.
so that leaves us with Bailey, but this is a really random shout, and I'm, it's
I'm
just
here for
something I've
it.
been thinking. It's just something I've been thinking about, and there's always that thing of the surprise entrant, the surprise element, somebody that hasn't been talked about that we've been waiting for a little while. What about Jade Cargill?
Oh, yes, that's good. Jade Cargill. Yeah, I mean, the issue for me is right, is that you run the.
Don't get me wrong. I'm still going Bailey. I'm
Oh,
still
you're
going
you're,
Bailey.
you're agreeing with me. Okay,
But
it's interesting.
do not be surprised if it in the end is Jade Cargill.
But yeah, apart from that, I think it's time to go into the men's rumble match. Kind of interesting this because on paper there are two men that are battling for it, but there are also people underneath the current that are just simmering there. Do you want Well, John, here's the dilemma that WWE put themselves in. You've got Cody Rhodes, the man that needs to finish the stories that go on and take on Roman Reigns. However, you've got a man called The Rock who's just reappeared and kind of seems eager to get into it at Mania, and that is the money match. Dwayne versus Roman, not really for the title. Interesting. And then you've got CM Punk who's just kind of chilling. But it's CM Punk's television return. So those kind of your three interesting ones. I'm going to say one of CM Punk and Cody Rhodes wins this, which I get is the obvious way, but I just don't see who else is going to get a title match at Mania. I don't know. What do you think? Am I off? Am I off my rocker? Um,
I think um I don't think we're going to see The Rock showing up on Saturday night. Not in the
ooh,
Rumble match. Not in the Rumble match anyway. I think that they'll go down a different path to get us to Rock Roman.
I'd love
I
it
mean,
though.
he may appear at some point in the event, but I don't think it'll be in the Rumble match itself.
I would lose it though if he did. Number 30. If you're
No, but I
submarine.
don't see that happening. The Rock doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble to make the Rock Roman a massive match,
Yep. It doesn't.
right?
It doesn't.
That's I just don't see it happening. I also think, um, and I'm basing this largely off of Raw. I don't think that Cody or Punk are going to win this either, because
I
I think that they are going to face each other at Mania. I am going for Gunther.
Oh, interesting. I wouldn't hate it. I'd be there
You
for
know,
it.
he went an hour last year. Um, I've spent, as you know, I've spent most of the year saying they are going to pull the trigger on this guy. And then we got that opening segment on
Yep.
Monday night.
Yep.
And for me, something just clicked. And I was like, they're actually going to go with this, aren't they? Um, Obviously, Seth's carrying an injury. He's going to be restricted in what he can do over the next couple of months. If Gunther wins the Rumble and he's still got the IC belt, etc., there are other things they can do with him in the build up to that match that don't involve him kind of taking on Rollins directly and things like that.
Yep. I
You know,
agree.
so I at some point Gunther's getting the belt because aren't they in Berlin at some point later this year?
Bash at Berlin, yeah.
You know,
Uh,
so at some point Gunther is getting the belt, and I
I
would
think he
love to
wins
see.
it in Berlin.
I'd love to see it.
So would I.
But yeah, but what if he goes in? What if he goes into Berlin as champion?
Even better. But I don't know, man. Does I'm conflicted,
I just,
conflicted between two
yeah,
people here.
I just think that there's a obviously I don't see Cody doing it because I think that it is going to be Rock Roman. I think that there are so many guys that are deserving of a title shot that have been waiting for a while for it. If Punk is suddenly thrown into a main event of WrestleMania after being back for 5 minutes, what is that going to do for the locker room?
Yep.
I and like you know, Trip. If we were talking 4 years ago under Vince McMahon, I'd be sitting here going, "Oh yeah, CM Punk, absolute fucking lock in."
Yep.
Triple H is a bit more savvy than that.
I I don't disagree. I am, however, going to go with CM Punk. I don't disagree with your logic on trips, but I just think Punk v Rollins is the money match. You say Rock v Roman doesn't need it. And I'm going to go with those are the two matches they're doing. As much as I'd love to see Gunther Seth, I think, or Gunther for the belt. Um, you can do that down the line. I think him winning it at Bash at Berlin, maybe that's
Would you?
telegraphed. I'm not sure, but
So would you rather see Punk v Rollins or Punk v Rhodes?
Punk v Rollins all day long.
What we do, of course, have to, you know, we all obviously watched Monday Night Raw, and we all saw the promo that took place immediately after,
Brother,
um,
brother.
after Rhodes and Rollins. So you know, you know,
There's no way.
is it gonna be the Hulkster brother?
If he actually shows up in the match, I will just laugh. Rather than
No,
I'm just thinking he
no,
won't, but if I think he won't, but if he
God,
does,
could you imagine it? Could you imagine it? Like the great and the good, some of the best athletes out there in sports entertainment today, and a fucking roided up, racist, orange
bastard.
puffball
I don't know something as I can see it.
turns up and just
Yeah, yeah.
goes like that with his hand, and
I'm not going to say he's in it, but I'm going to say that I
you
wouldn't be
know, the first
surprised he
person ever
was.
to win a fucking Royal Rumble with a leg drop. Um,
Yeah, Still not better than the original Royal Rumble winner though. Oh, um, what a guy Hacksaw Jim Duggan was. Right, so
You're,
we've gone through our
I'm not going to say what just pops into my head there.
We're so obviously you've gone with Gunther. I'm gonna go with CM Punk. There you go. Those are our Royal Rumble predictions. Of course, we'll be back on Sunday, most likely, giving our review after we're tired. I'll probably be a bit hungover because I'm gonna have a couple of drinks and watch some wrestling. So well, who
Hmm.
knows? We'll be back. Hopefully, the show's good. It has so much potential that I'm kind of like hyping it up in my head. So like, please don't let me down, WWE. Because last year's Royal Rumble was all right, but it was obvious that Cody is winning this year. We have the luxury of not kind of knowing. We don't know. There's so much
Yeah,
discussion.
last year was a bit predictable in terms of both rumbles. I don't think it is this year,
Not
and
not at all. Yeah,
that's really nice.
not at all.
You know, it's the most open field we've had for a while.
And that's a good thing. It's always like, especially because last year they announced Cody the week of as well, stupidly.
Yeah.
Like they were like Cody Rhodes entering the Rumble. And we were like, well, fuck. Now we know who's winning it. You just promoted the guy on his
And to be
own.
fair, to be fair, like even before that, we were like, well, yeah, Cody's going to win the Royal
Yeah,
Rumble.
there we go. Of course, you can follow John, John Boy underscore Cook, and I will. We'll see you guys all soon. Take care. Bye.
Booyaka, booyaka.